Hundreds of protesters gathered in Lewiston as more Mainers speak out against the increase in immigration enforcement across our state. News Center Maine's Drew Peters shows us why people are concerned and why they are criticizing ICE.
The streets of Lewiston have been quieter since ICE began increasing operations in Maine.
You know, people going to just walking. A lot of Somali moms used to walk to the stores because it's really nearby and we don't see any foot traffic here in the area.
But inside the Agora Grand Event Center, it's loud. The chants of hundreds of Mainers and immigrants telling ICE to get out of Maine. Head organizer Safia Khalid says the tactics ICE agents are using specifically target her and others of color living in Maine, regardless of citizenship.
It puts a target on our back, right? It labels people. It puts a label on people. It others us.
Gubernatorial candidates also criticizing the detainment of people who have been reported to be in the state lawfully.
It's not about safety or criminals. We've already seen case after case here in the state of Maine, going after students, corrections officers, parents, workers.
U.S. Senate candidate Graham Plattner specifically calling to dismantle ICE.
I very much think that law enforcement should be enforcing the law and should be following ICE agents around, and when they break the law, should be intervening.
Also among those speaking, state leaders like Secretary of State Shenna Bellows and Representative Shelley Pingree talking about measures they say they are taking to combat the operations.
We need to take the documentary evidence of the abuses that are happening on the ground right now, and we need to hold ICE accountable. I am signing on to every legal bill that we have to try to stop the activities, on every legal strategy like Minnesota is doing and Maine will be doing.
Actions Portland and Lewiston mayors Mark Dion and Carl Shaleen are supporting.
Your dissent is incredibly important. It does make a difference.
Calling on their cities to stand united in the face of fear.
Our differences are not a fault line. They are the strong foundation of who we are.
In Lewiston, Drew Peters, News Center, Maine.
Today, Governor Janet Mills said she is appalled and heartbroken over another killing by federal agents. The governor wrote in a statement that she is requesting a meeting with President Donald Trump. Mills said she wants to, quote, demand in person that his administration withdraw these untrained and reckless ICE agents in Maine and across the country who are stoking fear in communities, arresting illegally present people, including law enforcement officials, and who pose a grave threat to public safety. She went on to say, quote, I call on Congress to immediately bring Secretary Noem before them for a public hearing and cut off any further funding for ICE until their lawless tactics and dangerous behavior cease, end quote. Meanwhile, Senator Susan Collins, Jared Golden, and Angus King have not shared statements with us today. Just yesterday, though, Senator Collins' office said she had contacted DHS about the legality for recent arrests in Maine. Meanwhile, Senator King spoke publicly on Thursday, saying the DHS budget is on the docket for next week in Washington. He said there are negotiations right now about how the bill will either facilitate or restrain ICE activities.